need a much better aviary, but none of us have the authority to approve the risky experimental one. I can try to get the new director on board with it, while you two handle things here.
Okay, new recruit, just you and me now. That was Dale, I'm Callie, and you are having one heck of an induction. The workforce on the island stands no chance against a hunter like the Mutadon. We need to tranquilize it ASAP, or our recruitment team will be working overtime.
The experimental aviary has been approved, but the new director is on her way here. Can't imagine she'll be happy. I mean, a breakout in her first week?
Yeah, well, welcome to Ile Saint-Hubert. Okay, it's down. Great work there. Deep breaths, everyone, and let's fix this. I have a working theory that the Mutadon keeps escaping because it knows it's penned in. It's a very intelligent animal. An open-air aviary should give it the illusion of open skies, though.
We just need to... Now we can build the open-air aviary where the old aviary used to be. We should make sure the workers have access to the hatchery. The open-air aviary uses a clever electromagnetic barrier which should keep the Mutadon contained. The barrier needs power to work though, so I'll talk you through the island's geothermal power system. As you can see, the geothermal supply pipe distributes power through a series of underground pipes. Those pipes branch off in two directions at junctions called geothermal splitters. Pipe networks should always end with a geothermal generator. It's the generators that deliver power to nearby buildings and life-saving experimental aviaries. We can build a new power network to expand the facility later. But we need that aviary powered yesterday, so let's use the existing pipes for now. First, let's build a geothermal generator near the open-air aviary. Great. Okay, now we connect the generator to the underground power network via a splitter junction. Splitters only have two outputs, so find one with an unused output to pipe the generator into. You, my friend, just made your first geothermal power connection. And the open-air aviary is fully powered, so we can transport the tranquilized Mutadon into it.
O'Connor, what is that?
That, Miss Halford, is a Mutadon, an Ile Saint-Hubert original.
They didn't tell you what we work on when you became Director of Operations?
I knew it was a research and development site, but Mullins, I didn't even know this island existed until I was offered the position. These animals can't be for show at the park, right?
They're not show ready. No, ma'am. Not all research is a success in that sense, but there's a lot to learn from them.
Yes, I'm sure. I think I need a word with my superiors. Please, keep up your work, and I'll be back in touch soon.
Nothing is getting through that barrier, so we can finally relax a bit. Great work. The Mutadon may be hurt after its little adventure, though. Assign a ranger team to the open-air aviary, and they'll tell us what we need to do to make it comfortable. An aviary viewing gallery will also let workers observe it, so it's worth building one now, too.
While you're at it, new recruit, we should probably get into the paleobotanical weeds of why you were recruited here.
Yes. Well, there's a world-famous dinosaur theme park out there. You might have heard of it. We do the experimental work to keep that park in supply of incredible animals. The park are getting more demanding, though, and experimental work can be
The danger is over, and there are plenty of eyes on the Mutadon. We've got some breathing space. So, let's see what's next on the agenda. Until now, this area has operated mostly underground. Not for the faint of heart down there. Trust me. It's time to expand, and we've been given assignments for setting the place up as a research site. They're marked as priority assignments, meaning someone in charge wants us to deal with them ASAP.
There's just one assignment at the top of the list right now, so feel free to accept it whenever you're ready.
Oh, and don't worry if we're spending more than we're making for a bit. We need to lay a foundation first. Profits can come later. I said we'd get the chance to build a new geothermal power network, and here we are. Exciting, right? So, there's another geothermal supply pipe on this site with more power that we can access. So let's take a look at that first. Every site on the island has multiple geothermal supply pipes, each one providing a fresh reserve of power that we can tap into. By running that power through underground pipes and into geothermal generators, we can deliver that power wherever we need it. We can start our new network by building a geothermal generator nearby. Now we can connect that generator to the geothermal supply using underground pipes. As soon as it's hooked up, the generator will start powering nearby buildings. Great. Okay, so now we want to set up another generator in the area. For both generators to be piped up to the same supply, we'll need to place a geothermal splitter on the pipeline you just built. Go ahead and build a splitter now. Excellent. Now we can build another generator. That generator into the unused splitter output and watch the magic happen. And voila, 2 geothermal generators running from the same supply. Worth noting, splitters can only have one input pipe, which splits into 2 output pipes. It's handy for branching out your network, but there is a gotcha. Whenever we split a pipe into 2, we also split the input power in half between each output. Use too many splitters, and you might not have the power you need coming out of a generator. So try not to overuse them. And that's pretty much it. You're basically a geothermal engineer now. Don't say you're one to an actual geothermal specialist, though. or you might find a pipe running through your accommodation in the morning.
Work is pretty self-directed here. Whenever you complete an assignment, feel free to pick the next one from your assignments list.
A critical part of any research site is having a crack team of scientists to handle various tasks. That's right. We need to go on a hiring spree. Of course, I tend to prefer machinery to people, and I'm pretty sure Callie prefers dinosaurs. That leaves you to make the judgment call on who to bring on board. Those new hires will do nicely. Great picks. Oh, and just so you know, it's sort of an unwritten policy here to never refer to a new hire as fresh meat. Let's not tempt fate, right? Still some priority assignments to go. Of course, we only have priority ones on us right now, but I guess managers just love labeling some things as more important than others. Like themselves. That was a joke. I didn't mean that. Right. We need to take care of the workers on the island. It should be your favorite kind of assignment because, well, if you hadn't noticed, you and I are two of those workers. Now, workers need somewhere to sleep, obviously, and you can keep them happy by building restrooms and shelters. Of course, those two can also include the same activities if the reason you're in the shelter is scary enough.
Don't be gross, Mullins.
Hey, people get scared. Wow, that all looks great. And if you've managed to save some of the fancier accommodations for yourself, I'm not going to judge, but I will need you to cut me in on it. No? Well, how about a luxury bunker? A decadent restroom? Wishful thinking. This area is really coming together. Nice job. Oh, and it looks like there's just one more priority assignment to deal with. But I'm sure plenty more assignments are coming when we finish that one.
The main facility is where InGen first set up shop on Ile Saint-Hubert, and now you get to expand it out. We'll need some crucial infrastructure to support that. You never know when illness or injury might strike. So let's start with a paleo-medical facility.
The park spent a small to moderate fortune on creating the Mutadon, so we especially want them to stay in good health.
Assign an MVU team to the aviary hatchery to keep an eye on them. Good work. Okay, now, we need dinosaur genomes to create dinosaurs, and the park will sometimes send us genomes when we wrap up assignments. But there's only so much they can send to a facility that doesn't technically exist. Build an expedition center, and we'll be able to gather genome from some lesser-used dig sites. You know, to avoid drawing attention to the whole secret island thing.
Recently, we managed to get funding for dedicated maintenance teams on the island. They can't fix years of neglected infrastructure, but they can keep things actually working, and I consider that a win. Details. My point being, let's build a maintenance facility to keep this newly established site running smoothly. And naturally, let's make sure they're covering all this new infrastructure by assigning them to maintenance posts. Look at that.
Recruit anymore. So, along with your new status of coworker, you've been assigned a handful of assignments. These ones aren't priority, but they're still important. Standard assignments are the bulk of our work, and they're how we prove we can be trusted to deal with the priority stuff. So, dear colleague, time for you to choose what we're working on next.
The park wants something special for display. And tell me, what's more special than family, huh? See, the species I've got in mind is actually a very distant cousin of us mammals, the Dimetrodon.
We've been asked for a specific trait, though, so we'll need to do some testing. That means synthesis, then observation.
Otherwise known as the old Paleo 1-2.
Genetic modification will improve our odds of getting the trait we need. That's done in the hatchery, before we actually synthesize the genome.
Okay, the island's quarantine site has been hit with a technical issue, and we've been drafted in to help. A group of dinosaurs are inbound, so we should probably expect a full smorgasbord of ailments.
Commencing asset transfer.
There we go. The animals are being flown in now. I feel for them. I hate traveling when I'm sick.
Transportation complete. Asset has been delivered.
Those poor things. We need to help them, whatever it takes. Let's see what we're dealing with first. Send an MVU team to perform a medical scan. Small herbivores are more prone to infectious diseases because they tend to have bigger herd sizes. Let's just count ourselves lucky none of these ailments are overly contagious.
problem.
Right. I'm not seeing any more ailments, so I think we've managed it.
Let's just keep an eye on things for a bit. Make sure we don't have flare-ups or anything. Whew, that could have been a lot worse. The team from our quarantine site appreciates you. And I'm sure those small herbivores do too. Keeping the animals happy while we study them isn't always easy. Sauropods, especially cohabitating ones, need a lot of space to thrive. And thriving is always the aim. New arrivals are inbound now, so let's start with meeting their needs, then tackle visibility later.
Asset has been collected. Asset delivery confirmed. Asset transported.
Before we reinvent the viewing gallery, let's try and improve visibility with the tools we have. It might reveal where we can improve things. Okay, I have an idea, but it's percolating. So gather some data while my breakthrough brews. work. And good photo, too. One for the staff room wall. Oh, and I do have an idea to help us study animals in huge enclosures. All the best ideas are inspired by nature, and this one comes from our long-necked assets themselves. We can research that whenever, but for now, let's wrap this assignment up.
Control relinquished.
Alrighty. Most of our funding comes from assignments, but we'll only be losing money if we don't maintain a site's economic engine too. Workers are key to that. To bring more workers to the site, we need animals with high enough research appeal to justify those workers spending their time here.
More workers also gets us more funding, and money is always handy to, pay for things we need.
So, more interesting animals equals more workers, which also equals more cash. Everybody wins. Couple of funding pointers that I didn't mention before.
Welcome to the one section of the island guaranteed to have minimal human influence, the Ancient Valley. It's beautiful, green, my personal happy place, and the perfect environment to study natural dinosaur behaviors. What more could you want in a research site?
Once upon a time, InGen went to great lengths to avoid dinosaur breeding. The company's new leadership is a touch more open to the idea, and we get to take the first steps. The task is simple in theory. Create a juvenile Titanosaurus through natural breeding. Best of luck staying focused, what with the wonders of life playing out.
Glad they're asking for the Titanosaurus here. Beyond them being incredible animals, we can gather its genome ourselves to help create males. After building an expedition center, at least. If we get any downtime while our dig teams do their thing, we could pick up a contract or two. Extra funding can't hurt while we're bringing prehistoric giants back to life, right? It's a small island, which helps us share expedition resources between areas. For every site you have an expedition center in, we'll be able to send out more simultaneous dig teams. If you want more fossil storage too, make sure you've got a science center in each of your sites.
Achten Sie beim Betreten und Verlassen der Fahrt.
Okay, that's all the genome we need. There's a hatchery already built in the main valley area, so I'd recommend using that one for synthesis.
Tengan cuidado al subir y bajar del vehículo del recorrido.
Okay, I think there's a breeding pair in there, so good work. Now we can use the nest our ecology team designed. They live and breathe dinosaur behavior, so it should do the job.
Performing patrol duties.
What do you know? They laid eggs. Either our nest design team were spot on, or these dinosaurs really aren't picky.
Either way, all we can do now is wait and hope that juvenile dinosaurs like the nest too.
Ah, wait and hope. My favorite part of the scientific process. You know, could be a good time to do a contract or two, earn a bit more funding. Or, and I really mean this, I'm happy to just sit and stare at that nest. Well, isn't that the most heartwarming little bundle of genetic information you ever saw?
Weirdly put, but you're not wrong. That little face would melt the stoniest of hearts.
And loosen the tightest of wallets. Time to analyze that animal. Our drones are outfitted with scanners custom built for research, so that's what we'll use. Just head to a hatchery, take control of a drone, and then scan the dinosaur from multiple angles to get all the data we need. Analyzing animals will also bag us some extra funding and let us optimize how to genetically modify the species. As if you needed more motivation to get that sweet, sweet data, right? Nice drone piloting there. We should have all the data we need, so that's this assignment complete.
Wow, what progress! You're impressing the right people, I can tell you that. Don't worry, I haven't spent all this time with my feet up. There's a lot of island to oversee, and how shall I put this? Various projects I still.
Pretty great view, isn't it? The labs around here are all about synthesizing prehistoric life. Usually prehistoric life with a nasty bite who'll happily chase you on land or water. I mean, not that that specific situation has happened. Usually the chasing is just on land. I'm sure you'll be fine.
I warn you, I'm not overly pleased to be giving out this assignment. But I do understand the reasoning behind the research. It concerns that astounding example of a T-Rex.
Impressive, right? Its metabolism has been tweaked to make it more physically intimidating. I like to think of it as a different flavor of Tyrant King.
Well said. Now, we need to understand how that physical change affects its hunting behaviors. And goats won't really give us the data we need. So?
Yeah, so we give the T-Rex another dinosaur to hunt. Seems simple to me.
How, morally pragmatic of you. Well, it sounds like you have a plan. So I'll be off for now then.
procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please.
Doing my sweep. Copy that. I can fix it up.
Asset collection request received.
I swear, the technology in this place is just getting worse.
A lot of it is super old legacy in-gen tech. What do you expect? We're pushing science forward at a breakneck pace, so not much time to fix what was built before.
Great. What could go wrong neglecting core infrastructure?
Okay, the hunt begins. Let's make sure we collect some data. Remember, recording your results is what makes this science, not just sending animals to their doom.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, buddy.
Handing over the wheel.
issued. Storm warning on its way. T-Rex hunting is really something. The impact tremors, the speed. But, spectacle aside, we've got the data we needed. We can close this assignment off and, tidy up any mess in that enclosure.
Oh, that was the last priority assignment for now. No doubt the higher-ups are happy with you, so good job. Until they give us another priority, we should tackle other assignments on the old to-do list.
Animals get a security rating based on their power and how much of a risk to life they pose. Basically, how hard they are to contain.
We can use those ratings to improve our containment designs, but the higher-ups say we have to do that by pitting actual animals against our fences. I did tell them there are other ways to test a fence, but maybe that kind of thinking is why I'm not cut out for management? Oh well.
Let's start by bringing in a couple of dinosaurs. We'll get to the fence testing next.
Acknowledging asset collection. Transporting asset. Transportation complete. Asset in transit. Commencing asset transit. Asset delivered. Acknowledging asset collection request. Asset has been transported. Transportation underway.
Synthesis procedure complete.
Asset delivery confirmed.
Procedure.
Has been transported. Delivery complete.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond. Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
Larger animals tend to have different breeding behaviors to smaller ones, but prehistoric giants get most of the attention. Harder to overlook them, for many reasons. In the interest of science, let's naturally breed some Compsognathus. Animals get a security rating based on their power and how much of a risk to life they pose. Basically, how hard they are to contain.
We can use those ratings to improve our containment designs, but the higher-ups say we have to do that by pitting actual animals against our fences. I did tell them there are other ways to test a fence, but maybe that kind of thinking is why I'm not cut out for management? Oh well.
Let's start by bringing in a couple of dinosaurs. We'll get to the fence testing next. Everyone is excited about our breakthroughs in dinosaur breeding, but we should do more research before pushing anything toward the park. Let's do some dedicated research on how our work applies to the 3 major types of animal we handle: land animals, marine animals, and flying reptiles.
Question. Is this actual research or a thinly veiled excuse for you to see more juveniles?
It can be both. No more questions.
You hear the words tropical island, and you think of sun, sand, relaxing surf. No one ever talks about the infrastructure-shattering storms we get sometimes. Like the one that's gonna hit us real soon. Make sure we, and more specifically, the maintenance team, are ready.
Asset collection request received.
Understood. Let's scan that asset.
Transportation underway.
Heading on patrol. Just need to reboot a few systems. Confirmed.
Okay, brace yourself. And leave the umbrella at home. I'm not sure it'll help. What will help is staying on top of repairs. If key infrastructure goes down, bad weather will be the least of our worries.
Sure thing. We'll get on it. We'll add it to the list.
right. The worst is over. I think we're in the clear. You really kept your head out there. And that's not easy in winds as strong as that, so good job. We do need some storm defense upgrades before next time, though. Trust me, that's not the last storm this place will ever see.
Heading to pick up the asset.
So, we finally gotten the go-ahead to spend money on staffing. But it comes at a cost. Or, well, the opposite of a cost, I guess. The powers that be are okay with us hiring new talent and doing some training, as long as we boost our profits too. Not a bad trade. But, piece of advice, hire wisely. Remember, we're stuck on this island with whoever you bring in. The park wants something special for display. And tell me, what's more special than family, huh? See, the species I've got in mind is actually a very distant cousin of us mammals, the Dimetrodon.
We've been asked for a specific trait, though, so we'll need to do some testing. That means synthesis, then observation.
Otherwise known as the old Paleo 1-2.
Genetic modification will improve our odds of getting the trait we need. That's done in the hatchery, before we actually synthesize the genome. A lot of the more behaviorally focused technicians, myself included, take animal observations seriously. If only management would let us hike through enclosures on foot. We mainly use observation structures to watch the animals, and Dale's viewing platform idea deserves a proper test. But between you and me, I'm hoping we can develop some entirely new structures off the back of this work.
Collecting asset. Transportation underway. Transportation underway.
Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by. Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by. Commencing
Asset requiring collection. Asset in transit. Asset transportation in progress. Asset has been delivered. Commencing asset transit. Asset has been transported. Delivery complete.
Attention personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond. detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
The viewing platform is great, but it's lacking when it comes to smaller dinosaurs. I think your work here will give us plenty to look into, so thanks for taking this assignment on.
Hello? Is this still working? Oh, I hate comm systems. If you can hear me over the alarms in here, the island's core computer system is really unhappy. I'm worried that it's the geothermal power system acting up, but more urgently, our friends in the open-air aviary seem uncomfortable. I've set you an assignment to check in.
Delivery complete. Asset transportation complete. Commencing asset transit. Asset transported.
I know you were worried, Miss Halford, but I'm not seeing any issues with the geothermal power system. Probably just a blip from software as old as me. But I'll run a diagnostic anyway.
Thank you. Oh, and the mutadons seem to react to the alarms, so I'm worried that they're agitated. Could we check on them?
Okay, problem. The power has gone down.
The aviary. No power, no barrier, which means...
We have a containment breach. This is bad.
Deal with the power issue, recontain the animals. You are the perfect team to handle this, but handle it fast.
route to pick up the asset. Asset has been collected. Asset transportation complete.
Thank you, really, for saving so many workers. You're all rather good in a crisis, I'd say. This breakout just proves what I've been saying. Creating new animals like the Mutadon just isn't safe.
Oh, I think the creating new animal ship has sailed. Multiple ships. The Armada has sailed.
You're implying that there are other projects like the Mutadon? Dale Mullins, what do you know about the research I still don't have access to?
Nothing? Not implying, not saying a thing. Do I need a lawyer?
Oh, Dale's being modest. He's helped design infrastructure for some real top-secret stuff. Even some of the underground containment.
Underground containment? It's fine. I'm not here to make my team squirm, but I am going to interrogate my superiors again. In the meantime, we can't afford any more incidents like that power fault. Please look into potential upgrades for the geothermal network.
Tally, you're more of a behaviorist than me, so tell me, what happens when a strong animal with sharp teeth sees an undefended neck?
In her defense, Lily just wants us to do things the right way. I trust her.
Hey, I'm easy. As long as there's interesting work, I like being here. I just like us to have the same director of operations for more than a few months.
Hello again, everyone. Tell me, what does the phrase more teeth mean to you?
A health and safety problem for our ranger teams? I don't, are we missing something here?
No. It was part of the directive for a specific project I'm trying to access, but I suppose it wouldn't have been said to the team on the ground. Never mind. There are some other priority assignments I'd like your expert attention on. They should be available to you now. This facility is my responsibility, and I fear I'm digging up projects that are hidden for a reason. I need us to be ready if the worst should happen.
Ma'am, I have to say, maybe some things should be left hidden. Otherwise, the worst happening might be less of an if and more of a when.
Trust me, secrets in this business don't stay contained for long, which is why we need to be ready. Everyone, put this site through its paces.
We'll go and take a look. Okay, understood. We got it.
Commencing synthesis procedure. Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release.
That's already a lot of dangerous animals. And Lily's sure she wants us to keep going?
Yep, I asked. She said something about how being over-prepared is better, and that she has every faith in us.
Oh, good. Faith will definitely keep a horde of deadly animals contained.
Attention personnel, please stand by for a vehicle return.
Collecting asset.
personnel. We have detected power outages across the site. Available personnel, please respond.
I think we're ready to test containment integrity. If there are no breakouts, then I feel a little better about Lily discovering old V23. And if something does go wrong...
Well, that's why I keep... Fine. I'll take the bait. By V23, you mean the 23rd version of the genome for that special secret project I still can't know about?
Oh, Callie, please. I've already said too much.
Asset being transported. Request acknowledged. Asset transportation complete.
Excellent work. You've given me a lot of confidence that we can prevent disaster. I think we'll all sleep a little easier tonight. You know, I've been working with de-extinct animals since they were first synthesized, but I never thought too much about how they are brought back. The research involved, the trials and errors of facilities like this. What scares me is wondering how much trial, error, and worse happened on Ile Saint-Hubert before I even arrived. Sorry. Just thinking out loud. Please, take on another assignment. Managing disease among larger meat-eaters is proving challenging for the park and very expensive. We need to find a way to keep that cost down. I'll leave figuring out the solution to the experts. You.
Disease versus the accounting department. A fight for the ages.
The lab team were looking into this a while ago, and they had some interesting theoretical solutions. This is why I love being a technician, though. Theory is great, but we get to put it into practice.
Transportation complete.
Larger animals tend to have different breeding behaviors to smaller ones, but prehistoric giants get most of the attention. Harder to overlook them, for many reasons. In the interest of science, let's naturally breed some Compsognathus.
Commencing synthesis procedure. Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by.
Male and female dinosaurs, check. High comfort, check. That just leaves the right nest.
Asset to be collected. Asset transportation in progress.
Poaching asset.
Heading off to patrol.
Are those compy eggs? Oh, I can't wait.
Heads up, got a new asset. Request acknowledged. Asset reporting.
Oh, wow. So tiny. Absolutely remarkable. You realize this hasn't happened for millions and millions of years? Naturally bred Compsognathus, leaving the nest. Okay, let's make sure the whole herd is comfortable now they have new arrivals.
Heading to collect the asset.
Callie's having a great time watching the compies and calling it work. So, let me be the one to assess our performance. We gathered useful data, gained heartwarming memories, and avoided anyone getting eaten. Yeah, I'd say that's some good work.
Managing disease among larger meat-eaters is proving challenging for the park and very expensive. We need to find a way to keep that cost down. I'll leave figuring out the solution to the experts. You.
Disease versus the accounting department. A fight for the ages.
The lab team were looking into this a while ago, and they had some interesting theoretical solutions. This is why I love being a technician, though. Theory is great, but we get to put it into practice.
must proceed. Asset transportation underway. Transportation complete. En route. Responding to repair request. Control retaken.
Reporting a new asset.
On the way for that repair job.
Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel.
En route to pick up the asset. Asset has been delivered. Heading to collect the asset. Asset transit.
New asset reported.
Task received.
Not a problem.
Asset collection request received. Asset being transported.
Commencing synthesis procedure.
Asset requiring collection. Asset in transit. Delivery complete. up asset. Transit has commenced.
Synthesis. Commencing synthesis procedure.
Heading to pick up the asset.
Perfect. The genetic engineering went well. Now we wait and see if a new trait expresses itself. The data suggests that this new trait will destroy any foreign pathogens in the dinosaur system. That should mean total disease resistance, but... Well, I mean, in theory, it'll make it more resistant to everything. This animal might be venom resistant, too.
Wait, venom resistant? As in we have an excuse to synthesize my favorite dinosaur?
Yes, we do. We should bring in a Dilophosaurus and run a proper test. But maybe a little less enthusiasm about pitting two animals against one another.
Oh, I'm not enthusiastic about that part at all. But I find that the methods we have to use are a lot easier to swallow when I don't think about them too much. It's not a perfect coping mechanism, but it works.
Heading to collect the asset.
Transportation underway. Asset transported.
Okay, so not venom resistant, but venom immune. Uh-oh.
And then its tranquilizer resistance is probably way too high as well. Hopefully I'm wrong, but let's just test the theory.
Asset spotted. Good job.
I see you've developed a dangerous animal that's near immune to tranquilization. Well, let's file this assignment as work in progress for now, and not mention too much to the park.
Miss Halford, I was wondering, why are you pushing so hard on accessing all the island's research? Other directors have just accepted how it is here.
Blind acceptance, I think, is how problems become catastrophes.
But isn't blind acceptance just a natural response to feeling powerless? I think psychologists call it learned helplessness.
I prefer to think that we're never really helpless. There's always something to be tried, at least. But please, leave all this worrying to me. That's why I'm here.
Incoming asset ID.
Collecting asset. Asset being transported.
Ferocious predators aren't the only dinosaurs that appeal to the theme park going public. Smaller, more docile animals sell tickets too. I'd like you to create the park's next potential star. with a slight catch. This one needs an extra hook, as the marketing team described it. I think an experimental trait of some kind would do the trick.
I actually have the perfect animal in mind for this assignment. Small, docile, and I put good money on it being one of the cutest we've ever made. The Aqualops.
Hey, great idea. Plus, we can gather Aqualops' genome ourselves. And I do love sending out an expedition, partly to find out what they bring back, partly because I have an X on one of the dig teams, and it's way easier on both of us if they're on a different continent sometimes.
Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release. Synthesis procedure complete. Incubation personnel, please stand by. Commencing synthesis procedure. Incubation complete. Prepare asset for release.
Look at that. Oh, wow. I am just grinning here. It's absolutely adorable.
Callie. You have got to start using the park's language. It's not adorable. It's merchandisable.
Clever. Well, either way, let's gather some data and round this assignment off.
We'll keep you in the loop.
By all accounts, a very stable genome. The park will be pleased with your work, but not as much as I am. Well done. I've just been told about a situation in the underground lab. I've set this as a high priority assignment. Accept it, and let's see what we can do to help. The underground lab has faced the same technical troubles that we have. A highly classified asset needs to be moved to better containment with some urgency, but the tunnel doors are failing below ground. Which means we need to help move that asset above ground instead. I'm told that it's been given soporifics, so should be easy to manage.
I guess you're getting your wish to find out what the...
Just reading a file. What is that?
It certainly does inspire awe, among other things.
Polydactylism, hydrocephalus, skeletal abnormalities. But it looks strong. This is what you helped work on, Dale?
Yep. There it is. The Distortus Rex.
That animal should not exist, and the park knows it. That's why they hid it away. I intend to confront them about that creature later. For now, tranquilize it as soon as possible.
Set reporting.
Didn't work. Why didn't the tranquilizers work?
We don't know the dosage. We barely know anything about it.
We know one thing. It did not like being shot at.
This is now an emergency. There's a secure area near the dam, but we need to get that animal over there.
The lights. There were red flashing lights on some of the machines. And it stared at him all the time. The ranger teams have flares.
And that's the plan. We need to take control of a ranger vehicle, grab the Distortus Rex's attention with a flare, and then guide it to that secure area. Not a task for the faint of heart. deep into the secure area and we can lock it down.
Ranger team reporting a new asset.
Almost there.
Complete destruction, barely avoided yet again. This facility is remarkable. Full of talented workers and pioneering work, but it exists on a knife edge, making creatures not suited for this world. How long? Really, how long can Il Saint-Hubert avoid its own end? And how long before the dark secrets hidden here are dragged into the light?